Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here. I haven't done a lightning talk before, and I might have prepared a bit too much, so I'll be rushing a bit. And sorry about that. If you have any questions or anything is unclear, just feel free to leave them in the chat, and I'll answer them afterwards. Okay, so I'll talk about LibreJS. Let me see how to do these slides. Oh, great. Yeah, so I'll give a brief introduction to free software and then the JavaScript problem and how LibreJS tries to fix it. So, the free software is defined by the four user freedoms: the freedom to run a program, to study and modify a program, to distribute exact copies of a program, and to distribute your modifications. The free software licenses are what make software free. Roughly, there are like two kinds: copyleft licenses like GNU GPL, LGPL, and AGPL, as well as weak licenses like Apache, BSD, and XBAT. So, two prominent examples of free software include the GNU project and the kernel Linux. And you can find like tens of thousands of free software programs in the free software directory. So GNU plus Linux formed the foundation of free software paradise on the desktop, but then enters the World Wide Web. So we have this Firefox paradox. Itself, Firefox is free software, and it kind of shields us from a total domination by Google. But on the other hand, it is also responsible for executing the most proprietary code on the average GNU plus Linux system. And this is because most JavaScript programs are non-free, and they are silently installed and executed when you visit a website. So one nuclear solution to this problem is to not run any script at all. You can do this by using the NoScript browser extension. Maybe I should tone. So your freedom is ensured if you don't run any program at all, free or non-free. And a better partial solution is LibreJS. It's another browser extension made by the Free Software Foundation. They contracted the same developer of the NoScript extension, and it blocks non-trigger, non-free scripts. So not all the scripts are blocked. And IceCat, a modified version of Firefox that respects your freedom better, comes with it. So I hope to do a demo with LibreJS, but I don't really know how to share my screen. I can share it. Okay, great. So let me see if I can do this. Yep. And okay. Yeah, so I just showed first how to install LibreJS. You basically go to the web page. Can you see the screen? Okay, and click latest installer. Then the extension will be installed in this extension area in Firefox with a green check, meaning that all JavaScript programs on this webpage are free. And indeed, there's no JavaScript program at all on this webpage. And let's take a look at the Free Software Foundation webpage. It also passes LibreJS because the scripts are either trivial or free, licensed on GPL or BSD3. How about GitHub? It's owned by Microsoft, so it should be not free, right? So as it turns out, you can use GitHub without any problem, even if the non-free JavaScript programs are blocked by LibreJS. So there are currently 3 scripts blocked. So you can browse the code and check out pull requests, and just click around and so on. So everything works fine. And then how about YouTube? Well, YouTube doesn't work at all without non-free, non-trivial JavaScript programs. And So, but all is not lost because some people developed Immedius, which is a free front end to YouTube. So it works. So it is. There's one script that's blocked by LibreJS, but it's probably a false positive because the intent of this of Immedius is to be free. So you can watch, click a video, and so so Immedius, you can host your own instance of Immedius. This instance is called YouTube.be, and so you can watch it. And another alternative to YouTube is PeerTube. So one is a federated version, but it cannot run with the LibreJS on because of Webpack. So Webpack is a JavaScript bundler. So all the scripts are from Webpack are supposed to be free, but they are not labeled. So LibreJS blocks them. So if you believe that the scripts are actually free and you still want to use it, you can basically whitelist all the scripts on this web page and then reload it, and it will work. Alternatively, what I normally do is, this is a bit slow, so I would open the same web page in a private window. I'm not sure if you can see the private window, but because you can't see it. But by default, LibreJS is not does not affect private windows, so you can do that too. So that's another way of another workaround. If you believe that all the scripts are actually free and the LibreJS are blocking the wrong scripts. And one final website I want to show is G2G Pass. It's where you get so if you want to enter Western Australia, you have to apply for a G2G Pass, but it does not work at all with LibreJS. You have to accept running some non-free JavaScript to be able to enter Western Australia, unfortunately. Okay, so that is the demo. How do I stop it? Okay, so from that demo, we can see basically there are roughly 3 categories of websites. And some websites have either no scripts or all JavaScript programs are free or trivial, like FSS, GNU, or SourceHeart, which is another forge, which has no JavaScript whatsoever. And there are some websites where non-free, non-trivial scripts are not breaking, so you can use them. You can use these websites without running non-free, non-trivial scripts. So the examples include GitHub, as we just saw, and like Internet Archive, Wikipedia, ABC News. And finally, the remaining scripts, the remaining websites are non-free, so you can't use them at all without running non-free, non-trivial scripts like YouTube, as we have seen, and G2G Pass, and Twitter and Instagram as well. And as we have seen also, LibreJS is not perfect, and it blocks scripts that are supposed to be free, but that's because these JavaScript programs, they haven't been labeled to be free. So so if you run them, there's a bit of uncertainty. You have to check manually whether they are free licensed. Right, if you are a webmaster, there are several ways to make your website compliant with LibreJS. So first, you can the first way of doing it is by web labels. Basically, you construct a table where the first column are the scripts used in your website, the second column are the licenses, and the third column are the sources in case some of the scripts are kind of compiled, like minified or obfuscated. So, and then you need to link to these web label tables on any web page that uses these scripts. So here's an example of the Free Software Foundation website. It provides a link in the footer to the table. Another way of doing it is just to add copyright and license notices. So here's a copyright notice and license notice, just like you do with any free software programs. You put this in any source file, and you need an extra source comment pointing to the source if the script is compiled. And finally, the simplest way of being compliant to LibreJS is to add a magnet link to the license as well as the name of the license. So, right, LibreJS is a partial solution because the user still cannot run modified version of their own script, even if the original scripts are freely licensed. So in most browsers, the browser will just execute the JavaScript programs that come with the website. So one way to tackle this is by using user scripts, which are custom scripts user supplies to use for websites instead of their original scripts. So a popular extension for doing this is GreaseMonkey, but unfortunately, it does not prevent loading the original scripts before executing the user scripts. So therefore, it might be possible to use a combination of LibreJS plus GreaseMonkey to be able to block all the non-free scripts and supply your own scripts, but it's rather complicated, and I haven't tried that yet. It's not a good solution. Okay, so yeah, that is basically my talk, and I would like to plug something in this plug meeting. So Libre Australia is a new free software group, and the first event is an online watch party next Monday. We will watch a talk by Bradley Kuhn on copyleft enforcement, and you can find out more at libreau.org. Thanks for your attention. This talk is licensed under CC BY SA and GNU FDL.